So we welcome everybody. I hope you're good. I hope you're great out there. Today is the 25th of March and it's a Tuesday, and we are playing Zimbabwe in Uyo today, and it happens to be the second match in quick succession since we played Rwanda on on Friday, and it's quite an interesting game. It was because it was one that was quite interesting, given that the, it was some sort of, you would understand there was a new sheriff in town. The Super Eagles played really well. They were comfortable in the middle of the pack. They were comfortable attacking. We would have scored more goals, but we were not able to do that because of some few mistakes in front. I want to let us know that, just in case you don't know, we are one of the countries in the world that have the best strikers right now. I mean, look at Ademola Lookman, who's among the top 20 best players in the world today. Look at Osimhen, who's among the top strikers in the world today. I mean, look at Moses Simon. We are amongst the people who have the best forward when it comes to attacking, and I really don't think we have any reason, you know, to miss out on the World Cup, coming up. I'm also looking at for the game between Benin Republic and South Africa. South Africa won their last game, so that took them to 10 points. Nigeria is still at 6 points. If they win today, they're going to go to 13 points. So a whole lot of persons are praying that they actually draw their game. The game is not going to be played in Benin Republic because of a lack of pitch there, and they're going to be playing in Abidjan. So it's a neutral ground. So South Africa has a little bit of edge over Benin Republic, but Benin Republic also have some strengths within their ranks. Their coach is one coach that has coached Super Eagles in the past, so he has a little bit of power. But again, it's not the same thing having the kind of players that you have. So I'm hoping that they're able to get a draw, just a draw in that game, then we will be fine. One of the things I want to speak about is the fact that the Nigerian team looks really solid. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm going to be speaking to Obasi, my colleague, who is right now in Uyo. He is going to be watching that match live. He's going to be telling us a little bit about the developments as it relates to the game coming up by 5 p.m. today. He is about now, looking out for a hotel in Uyo, because all of the hotels are actually close to the stadium, are a little bit farther from where he is. So he just landed from Abuja into Uyo. So I'm going to be asking him a little bit of question around how difficult it is looking for a hotel to peel in before the games, because of course the game starts at 5. He just landed I think about 30 minutes ago, and he's complained to me bitterly about looking for a hotel, finding a hotel in Uyo. Right now, the governor in Akwa Ibom State has stated that the gate pass is for free, and even asked that people can close early today in order to meet up with the game. So we're expecting that the match is going to be filled up with a lot of people. I mean, I am sure that I cannot wait to see the stadium, the extent of how much they would fill up that stadium. But hopefully, we'll see the development. Obasi, thank you so much for your time, man. I don't know if you're able to. Can you hear me, Obasi?
I can hear you.
I don't know if you're able to find a hotel.
Yeah, okay.
Have you been able to find a hotel?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to the room now.
Okay. So will you be able to talk?
Okay, sure.
Eh?
Once I get to the room, I can go to talk, yes.
So we should not start now, or you want us to start a little
Let me like
later?
5 minutes. Let me get to the room.
Okay, another 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, no problem then. Thank you. So Obasi is a sports journalist. Has a background in sports commentation, commentary, and recommendations. There's a lot of things that he has done in sports. As a matter of fact, he has been nominated for the best sports journalist in Nigeria. That event is actually going to hold in Uyo this week. So I mean, he's someone who has been in that space for a long time. I mean, we worked a Harder Farm in Abuja for how many years? I think it was like 5 years or so. A Harder Farm between 2009 and 2014. I left Abuja in 2014, so we worked for a long time together. Right now, he is presently the a media aide to the DG of Sports Commission. Remember, the Sports Commission, the DG was appointed just last year by President Tinubu. So he is in one of the media aides of the current DG of National Sports Commission. I know this because, I mean, he's my very good friend. And the few things that the National Sports Commission have been doing lately, they're organizing the National Sports Festival that is coming up in Ogun State. By the way, I did the voiceover for them. I also did some presentation for them as it relates to their video editing and their content. So for those who are looking to look out for someone who does specific voiceovers and all of those things, you could reach out to me. I would gladly assist you guys in that direction. But Obasi is a very, very strong sports presenter and sports commentator. Someone who has gone far and wide. He has covered several, sporting events around the world. The most notable one is the Olympics that happened, I think, last year. He is also one who you can rely on when it comes to sports commentary. He also has his TikTok handle where he does his own sports commentary, or where he analyzes some sports stuff. So I'm going to be calling him up to let me in on some of his experiences right now that he has landed in New York. And he also going to be telling me how it feels like now that the Super Eagles are on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup. It feels like it's a no return. In fact, there was a Ghanaian presenter that hit at us on social media. That one Sewara or something, works in one of the Ghana media houses, and she was. I felt so angered by what she said about my country. So angered in the sense that she said that that Nigerians are going to sit at home and watch Ghana in the World Cup. That didn't go down well with a lot of people. And Nigeria, when Nigeria comes for you, you're in trouble. So she made that comment on Instagram. It's been going viral. There's been comments made about it. But again, you really cannot blame her. This is banter. This happens in sports parlance. So there are a lot of people who are looking and hoping to throw tantrums at us because we're supposed to be the giant of Africa, but in that same standards of being a giant of Africa, you have to show that you're a giant of Africa when you do that. All right, when you say you're a giant of Africa, it is important that you show cause, say that you are a giant of Africa. Not just showing cause, you also have to show that you're a giant of Africa. So when some things like of this nature happen, you would feel that it is not possible that Nigeria would qualify for the World Cup. In fact, there are some people who will pray that Nigeria doesn't qualify for the World Cup so that it will be like a way to use banter against Nigeria. So it has always been like that. Most African countries always want to find a way to poke at Nigeria. And for the fact that South Africa is even in that group and they're leading the group, it's even much more something that can be devastating sometimes. And the issue between Nigeria and South Africa has always been one that is absolutely crazy. My goodness. I was in South Africa last year, and how bitter these conversations can be online. And it was at the heat of the Uber war between Nigeria and South Africa. The Uber war, and it was so devastating that when we arrived, we were thinking that I hope we're not going to have a problem because I traveled in a group. It was an MTN sponsored media innovation program where one of the activity was to travel to South Africa, for a 1 week course. So between Nigeria and South Africa, and it has always been. Okay, is that on? Okay, so it's always been that air of back and forth, one on twos, two on twos, between Nigeria and South Africa. But I hope that we don't have that situation. Nigeria is playing South Africa pretty soon in the World Cup qualifiers, and my own is Nigeria should qualify. I don't want to know whether we have issues or not have issues with anybody. My own is Nigeria must qualify. However they want to do it, they should do it. But Nigeria must qualify for this particular tournament. So I'm going to be speaking to Obasi shortly. He is in Uyo right now. He was just going to give us a little bit of preview about the game that's coming up by 5 p.m. That's in another 3 hours' time. He will just give us an overview coming from what we have in the last game a few days back, where Nigeria Super Eagles beats their their counterpart. I'm talking about that Rwandan counterpart by 2 goals to nothing. Is there anything that we can take away from that particular game? What can we learn from that game? What can we do to improve the Super Eagles? Because of course they say um, the only room we have right now is the room of improvement. Obasi, thank you so much. I don't know if you are settled in right now.
Definitely, it's nice to talk to you today.
Okay, so how difficult has it been looking for a hotel in Uyo right now? It seems like the entire Nigeria is in Uyo.
I must tell you that pretty difficult at this point in time, and I think these are the kind of support and this kind of thing that we want to see that is good for the team. Yeah, that Nigerians are coming out in their thousands, even those outside of Akwa Ibom State coming to support the team. Have a nice support. I was in Kigali a few days ago, last week Friday, when the Super Eagles took home the Amavubi of Rwanda Kigali, the Amaru Stadium. You needed to see the support, and the whole town was painted yellow. Uh, Even the ambience in the stadium, it takes a very strong, mentally strong team to overcome that kind of atmosphere that the Super Eagles overcame to win that game. So we need such support. That's why everywhere is filled up. If you want to get a hotel now in Akwa Ibom State in Uyo, you need to go outside and start going to Aba Road. Then you are saying bye to Akwa Ibom State.
I can imagine. Hello.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
tell us about the match in Kigali. I mean, how did you think that the Super Eagles did in Kigali?
I think that the game in Kigali was a turning point for this team. And for many reasons, that game was very important for the team. In fact, if the game had gone the other way, would have been by to any slim chance or even qualifying for Charles. To tell you the kind of task Army is watching from the stand, they've never was at that stadium. And even the South Africa who are topping in our group, the Bafana went to the Amaru Stadium and lost by 2 goals to 0. They fell to the firepower of these Rwanda team and the limitation of that stadium. But the Super Eagles, when got a new coach, everything new for the team. Had about 2 days or 3 days with the team for them to understand his game project and his game plan. And then the people, yes, like what the coach shared it say after the game, a lot of room for improvement. But again, he maximized the quality of the Super Eagles up front and how much this team have been informed in their various clubs, no matter the players. And I think that win in Kigali will go a long way to determine where the Super Eagles will end. If not the first position, even maybe the playoff. So it was very crucial. It was a crucial win for the Super Eagles. And the NFL and the National Sports Commission had a very strong collaboration that led to that performance because they mobilized from all nooks and crannies, all over Kigali, all over Rwanda, from Nigeria. And for the first time, we had the supporters club coming together under one umbrella to support the team. Many Nigerians might not know that that has been one of the problems the Super Eagles have been facing in recent years. They have about 4 factions of the supporters club, and so when they support the Super Eagles, they're singing different songs. They're not singing a song in unison. Different songs, and of course, wearing different kind of yellow, different kind of green. And even some of the players have complained to the Nigerian Football Federation that instead of the supporters going to be contributing them their songs, their discordant songs and divided songs is serving as is being counterproductive in the long run. And so for the fourth time, in about 2 to 3 years, Charles,